EOP began its roots at Marquette University, and to be able to see how it has expanded across the country and the hundreds of thousands of students who have benefited as a result of this program, it shows that any university or any person can engage in some action that sends ripples through the system that allows this to be a better world, to give people more opportunities. I'm a first generation student. I'm a low income student when I was growing up. And the value of a program like this is we bring people to the table that have different world perspectives. And so when we bring the low income first generation at the table with more traditional students, it's just going to have better dialogue. It's going to allow us to figure out how to solve the problems that we need to moving forward. And that's what really excites me about the program.
None of my mom's brothers and sisters, none of my dad's brothers and sisters graduated from college. Well, I graduated from college, but guess what? These programs go away. I don't go to college. My 4 kids don't go to college. Their kids don't. I mean, it's like I said, this is a real generational thing, legacy kind of thing. And that's why it's important to keep it going, right? And I think it's a win-win-win for everyone, right? Because if the first generation college students are graduating, they're moving out of poverty. They're bringing the country forward. They're no longer pulling on resources. They're putting resources in, right? Instead of taking resources out. Don't give me a fish, right? Show me how to fish, and I can feed myself for generations to come.
EOP continues to blaze that trail, continues to ignite that flame moving forward. And without our strong voice, I'm not sure that will happen. So I just want to strongly encourage everybody just to continue advocating for the program, supporting its students, looking at ways that you can engage for the next 50 years.
EOP is going to continue the thing because the whole world needs it now. The whole world needs to know that if you give young people a chance and you give them a voice, they can change the world, they can bring peace to the world. It's needed now more than ever.
Don't stay in one place. You gotta move. You gotta go. You gotta grow. You gotta glow. So then you can show the world, show your parents, show some money, show that house, show what some things that you wanna do. And when you get there, when you go, when you grow, when you glow, and then you start to show, then you gotta reach back behind you and help somebody else out. You're responsible to make it.
If there is no struggle, there is no progress. And those of us who profess to favor freedom, but yet deprecate agitation, are people who want the crops without plowing up the ground. We want the rain without the thunder and the lightning. We want the ocean without the awful roar of its many waters. And this struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, but it must be a struggle.
Fight, 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 fight. So I would say to EOP alumni, it's special because you have a kind of a special mission, because you're unique. And again, if it hadn't been for your success, there wouldn't be any TRIO programs. And you need to know that, you need to tell your children that, you need to shout that in your churches and your clubs to make this a bigger force in American life. We got to keep fighting and pushing for other people's children. That's what I tell people as I move around the country. Don't forget other people's children. Your kids might be fine because you're a success, but what about people in another neighborhood?
Trail to the next 55 years. What does that look like? That looks like continued advocacy, continued support, boots on the ground, working in our communities, reaching students, touching parents and families, reaching out to our community resources and knowing that the work isn't done yet.